This is a new plant for me, relatively new in the trade, I believe, at least in the United States. I've only seen it around for a couple of years, and I'm very into dwarf foliage colored plants, so this is hot on my radar. This is Coprosma County Park Red. And I just installed these yesterday actually, but I saw them at Native Sons Nursery a few weeks ago and fell in love with them. I've put it next to this silvery foliage. I thought the combination was very cool, so I've done that in a new design. Anyway, about this plant, well, the foliage color is really what it's all about. Look in there and see those older leaves, how red they are. Now, I've grown a number of different Coprosmas so far, and they've all been impressive in their foliage color. I don't think there's a family of plants I've found that's any better than the Coprosmas. So this one has, excuse me, the new foliage is a really nice vibrant green, and then as it matures you get some of the red on there. One of the things I've also found on Coprosmas is during the winter the cold tends to bring out whatever extreme colors that plant would have, and so I'm guessing that during this winter I can start expecting more of the red that this plant was named for to show up as it stresses out a bit from the cold temperatures. So in design, well, it's kind of obvious how one would tend to use this. Use it for foliage interest, and it grows much like a boxwood. It's got similar size leaves. They're about an inch plus or minus across, and glossy, and it's a nice compact plant naturally. You can see that these stems are upright, and you could probably hedge with this if you were so inclined. The plant gets about 3 feet high and 3 feet wide is what I've read about it, although a lot of plants, once you grow them in your situation, may vary some from that, but that's what the book says on it. And then spacing, I've spaced these about 24 inches apart. I'm impatient. I like things to fill in side to side nicely if I'm going to do a grouping like you see here. So I would recommend kind of 24 inches on the spacing like I've done here, and I think that'll serve you well. And then in terms of deer, I have no idea. Actually, I do have an idea. I used some Coprosma in a deer area and they failed miserably. The deer did like them, so I wouldn't presume that this is deer tolerant. And then secondly, I wouldn't presume that it is drought tolerant. What I read about it said regular water, so that's what I would pass along to you, is to recommend regular water for these plants. But dwarf, compact, beautiful foliage, great plant for designing with, and evergreen, by the way. So 12 months of interest, and inconspicuous flowers, no fruit. So it's really all about the foliage and how it varies through the year, and just optimizing that in your designs by finding ways to take advantage of this great red color.